First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Wilson has it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Watch the whip.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Lions take over. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hold that! 250!
Check. Here we go.
Stafford on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On 1st and 10, Stafford out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
53, ready. Stay 50, stay 50.
Hey, turn it up.
To the air again, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Middle. 26 Mike.
Again, it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 20-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. He's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Under a minute to go, clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. These two teams all tied after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Now Stafford going underneath. He's got Hawkinson, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Stafford now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Johnson running right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Check set. Go 20. 53. Ready. Check 50. Check 50. Safe. 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 59.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Set. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. 40 got. 40 got. 36. Check. 93 is the mic. 93 is the mic. 80 weapon. That's the way. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Check. Jim. 32. Cut.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Check, check, Lucky. Monday. Bang, bang. Protein spill.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Pirine. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
Gentlemen, 319. 49. You'll get this one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rodgers now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point good by Prater, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
High 7.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Trey Flowers, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Snap comes at 1. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. And Adams has it complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Packers.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
Now Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
On 3rd down, Johnson, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, exit. Mike, 49. Check.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
No.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Caught by Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Check. Blue 60. Mike 91. I got him.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
49. Kelly, don't let Kelly. You must be getting tired of seeing me. 20.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A first throw here for the backup, Taylor. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Romeo Okwara has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Johnson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Zadarius Smith on the stop. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Two times.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set! 180! Mike 91. Check tight. Check tight.
And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's go,
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I got one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Come on. Brings up 2nd and 3.
88. Guys, Mike, run. Hey, watch the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Get on the foot right here.
2nd and 1. At the Lions' 27-yard line.
You got 58.
It's Pumphrey on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. Here's Pirine. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Keep playing hard.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
First down, Packers.
Back north. Line 49. I'm coming.
He's back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Stafford going to throw it. He completes it to Peake. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Stafford now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Stafford's pass, intended for Marvin Jones, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Screenplay, Johnson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the